Alright, welcome back to the chess retreat. I'm so looking forward to my game of chess today, so let's get straight into it. And I wonder what kind of time controls we have today. What games are people looking for? I see a 1510, let's go with that, 1510. Here we go, and I'm black, playing against KCA_India. KCA India. And he's not moving, he or she is not moving. The game will auto abort in 35 seconds if he or she does not move. So give it just a few more seconds. Oh, even have a resignation. Oops. Free rating points. Wonderful stuff. Okay. Let's see now. A 30-minute. Let's go with the 30-minute. Here we go. A 30-minute game. Stock trader. Alright. This is interesting. Stock trader from the Philippines. And he opens with d4. Okay, let's go with d5. Stay solid. Go for a QGD. I think I'll play a QGD. A Queen's Gambit declined in this game. So I'm expecting c4. That is the most, there we go, most aggressive and the most ambitious try for white. And I respond with e6, the most solid setup, defended by all world champions. All world champions have played the Queen's Gambit declined. And this is a move order finesse here. Knight c3 should be met by bishop e7. If you play knight f6, then white can play bishop g5 and e3 and keep the knight on g1. And that allows him the option of playing knight e2 later. So the point of playing bishop e7 before knight f6 is that when you play bishop e7, then if white wants to still put the bishop on g5, he has to play knight f3 first. And once he plays knight f3, I play knight f6, and when he plays bishop g5, this knight is already on f3, and it does not have the option of going to e2 later. And with the knight on f3, also white does not have the plan of f3 followed by e4. So whenever you face knight c3 on the third move, play bishop e7, and when white plays knight f3 to move into normal main lines, then white loses certain options and black's defense becomes a lot easier. So this is the thing to remember when playing the Queen's Gambit declined. So I'm going to kick the bishop with h6. That's how most people play these days. Not much of a disadvantage playing h6. Only in certain lines you gotta watch out for a kingside attack, a kingside pawn storm, but usually that doesn't happen, and h6 is a useful move to have. Prevents any back rank mates, later in the game, things like that. Okay, so castles. I think I'll be going for a Tartakower variation, so a Tartakower setup, which means b6. I'm going to play b6 and an eventual c5 to challenge white's center. Okay. So e3, yep, all expected. Play b6. This is a normal Tartakower variation. So lots of things white can do here. Takes on d5, takes on f6. or just move the bishop out to prepare castling, or even rook c1. So I don't really have to think here. Just relying on my memory. There we go, bishop d3. Now, let's see now. Do I want to play the bishop here, or do I want to take on c4 straight away? This is interesting. Because in the event of c takes and e takes, then the bishop actually has a nicer spot on e6. So he's delayed that for a while, which means he might prefer my positioning of the bishop here. Let's see. I think, well, the candidate moves here are either d takes, because he's sort of wasted a tempo here, so I can takes, or bishop b7 or knight d7. I think those are the three moves. I don't really see anything else worthwhile. I want to stay ahead of him on time, so I'm just gonna play bishop b7. Keep the tension in the center for a little while longer. I think I'll aim for a more complex game. If I trade straight away, it's a simpler game. I think I'll keep it just a little more complex, so I always have to keep in mind what happens when he takes on d5, and later when I play c5, I have to take into account all the time what happens when he takes on c5, and he has to do the same. He has to go, oh, whatever I plan to do, I have to take into account black's d takes c4, and later black c takes d4 as well. So it's when you have these kind of centers with pawns on d4, c4, and d5 and c5, it gets into a little, shall we say, game of chicken. It's not really a game of chicken, but because even if you capture first, it doesn't mean you have a disadvantage, but you just have to be aware of the possibilities, and you gotta calculate all the variations. Your tactics have to be on point. So yeah, I'm just really waiting to see what he's gonna do here. Oh, it takes on f6. Okay. Takes. Okay. So do I want to automatically recapture with the pawn? Do I want to do that? I could also recapture with the bishop, but then my c5 will be sort of delayed because my bishop... Will it be delayed? I don't know. Well, anyway, e takes feels like the correct capture. Maybe bishop takes is also okay, but I think e takes is... it feels correct. Anyway, if I do play bishop d5, I also have to always keep into account knight e4 stuff. Make sure I play c5 as quickly as possible to, make sure my pawn is not backward on the open file. Okay. I can play c5 straight away. I don't see a disadvantage of doing that. The D pawn is defended twice, so it looks okay. My opponent is disconnecting and reconnecting pretty often. The internet's not very good. Maybe that means he's playing on a mobile. He or she is playing on a mobile. Um, So I have the two bishop advantage, but my pawns will be sort of hanging in the center. See, here's white's pawns are very secure. There'll always be pawns here. All these will be tightly defended. So will these in general. But I might have two pawns hanging here. Okay. So bishop c2, maybe it's a sort of a cheap trick trying to play queen d3. But Queen d3, if I answer with g6, there's not really a follow-up. I mean, he may think g6 is sort of weakening my king side slightly, but I think it's perfectly fine, perfectly fine. I may even want to get this knight to b4, to discourage that. So where should this knight go? That's a good question. Where does my knight... Okay, I can't play to c6 because it obstructs d5, and it definitely loses the pawn, so I guess I have to play to d7 or perhaps a6. And that would highlight the drawback of this move. So that's a nice psychological bonus. It highlights the drawback. So I'm going to play that. It looks okay. It doesn't seem to have any disadvantage. So sort of highlighting a drawback of this move. If the bishop was still on d3, you could play takes, okay, but the rook is hanging. So, and anyway, if the rook was here, then takes, and then takes, and win a pawn. But okay, so this pawn is hanging as well. Okay. Well, so it's not. I guess it's not. The bishop in d3 doesn't really prevent knight a6, but um, still playing knight a6 gives that psychological jab. And say, oh, I wish my bishop was on d6 so that it prevents knight a6. So, just a nice little psychological thing to throw off my opponent and maybe, encourage him to waste some time with a3, things like that. I mean, in these kind of hanging pawn situations, each player really has to be developing pieces as fast as possible. Like you really gotta develop, put your pieces on active squares because the game is opening up very fast. Um, so if your pieces are not on active squares, then you have a high risk of getting run over by your opponent's pieces, pressuring your position. Right now, white is still okay. White has chosen quite a rather rare setup. Bishop d3 followed by bishop c2 is very rare. Okay, queen d3, g6, I saw that stuff. a3, okay. So now with the queen on d3, a rook can come to d1 and d5 can get pressured quite quickly. So now the question is, where do I want my pieces? That's the question. I have to be careful that this bishop doesn't get overloaded defending both d5 and a6. So it's really the d5 pawn which needs protection rather than the c5 pawn at the moment. I'm looking at various queen moves. Queen d7, queen d6. Queen d7 allows bishop a4, queen d6 allows knight b5, queen e7, queen e7 takes knight d5, rook d8. No, knight d5 attacks the queen. Okay, so I want to stay ahead on time. I guess knight b5 is not really a threat yet if my rook stays on a8. Do I want to just play knight c7? Queen d7. I think I go with queen d6. Hard decision there. But I can't really spend any more time because I need to save time. The game is very much alive. I want to maintain my time advantage, so I can use my time in more critical situations later on. Queen d6 looks decent, looks solid enough. I don't think white has any way to increase the pressure against queen d6. There you go, knight b5. It looks okay. Queen e6. There's a fork here, it seems, but there's no fork. So and now there's a little less pressure on d5. So my position's holding. And b2 is attacked. b2 will be attacked by the bishop when the pawn moves. There's a little cheap trick. A cheap trick I can aim for is play bishop c6. Then if he doesn't do anything, I play c4. That hits the queen and cuts the connection from the knight, and he can't protect it via b3 as well. So that's one thing I can do. Should I go for it? I have to watch for discovered attacks though, because then this knight will be undefended. But it looks okay. Why not? Just aim for a little cheap trick here. And he sort of doesn't really want to respond with a4 because then knight b4, and I gain another knight for bishop exchange. All my pawns are solidly defended. Takes, and d5 is defended. So no issues. Okay, the knights run away. So now with the knight there and this knight attacked, I have to retreat this knight. And takes, and d5 is still defended 3 times. Attacked 3 times but defended 3 times, so it's solid. Bishop a4. Bishop a4 threatens to exchange one of my pair of bishops. But I can reply with b5. I think I can reply with b5 because bishop takes and yeah, okay, bishop takes c4 and knight takes, bishop takes c4. Okay. So he still wants to keep control of the d4 square in case I... Oh, is it coming to f4? It's interesting. I don't... Oh, knight f4 and then sacrifices on g6. Those look a trifle annoying. Yes. So, knight f4 and then sacrifices on g6 as well as hitting d5. Should I invite the sacrifice on g6? It might not be dangerous. Bishop g7 allows knight h4 as well. Okay, I think it's still better to prevent all this sacrifice nonsense on g6. So knight f4 has to be met by, I think, queen d6, keeping 3 things in control of d5. Or maybe, no. Okay, I guess not. I guess I can play queen f6. But but then I have knight e5, so yeah, still it's better to play the queen here. Knight e5, bishop takes, knight takes, check, queen g7, queen. Ooh, ouch. Fuck. Ooh, ouch. That doesn't look nice. Knight e5 takes, knight. So then he sacrificed 2 knights, but he gets c6. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Knight e5 takes. So bishop is can't do that. Should I go to here? Bishop e8. So this bishop takes e5 is wrong because takes, and then followed by takes. So I need to retreat the bishop. Or can I hit the queen? Hit the queen followed by takes. But then d5 might fall in the end if he plays queen d2. So maybe the bishop belongs on b7. B7 or E8? Which one? Bishop E8 or bishop B7? Those are the two choices. I'm going to go with B7. I think the sacrifices on G6 are not dangerous. So I'm going to go with this move. He might be able to get the check on H7, but if my king runs to F8, when my rook moves, my king runs to F8. I think it's safe. I think so. I might have calculated too shallowly. Maybe bishop e8 was correct. Oh well, I've played bishop b7. I have to anticipate this. So knight takes, knight takes. So where does my rook run? The threat is knight f4 followed by queen h7, and my bishop is still here. Oh, I may be able to interpolate c4. Right. So takes, knight takes. I interpolate c4. Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. That could work there. Okay. So that's right. So takes. Okay. I have c4 as a intermediate move. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I have to, if he takes, I can't play c4 straight away because of check followed by mate. So I have to takes once first, and then after takes, I interpolate c4. So just be careful. Once one of the knight takes, I have to take first before I play c4. I can't just play c4 straight away, so that's a blunder. Okay, so it looks like my defense is set. Takes. Sorry, my mouse is slow. Takes, c4. Then the queen must retreat, and I can play the rook to f6, I guess. So he plays b3 finally. But now I can take on e5, right? Take on e5. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with that. So yes, looks like I win a pawn by taking on e5. So he can takes, but there's no fork on c6 anymore. My bishop's out of range. d5 is defended. Things are looking great. Okay, I'm up a pawn. He's forced to sack. Don't think there's anything. My knight's even defending e6. That's the nice thing. There's no funny stuff. So I think my material advantage should give me the win here. So I'm up a bishop for a pawn. So a knight for a pawn. A knight for a pawn. So I'm up a knight for a pawn. All I have to do is keep things stable and solid. Okay. H5. So let's see. I guess. What's the threat? Is there a threat? I don't think there's a threat. How do I want to do this? I want to exchange queens. So Queen f7 is met by a check. So that doesn't exchange queens. Okay, I guess he's a little disappointed that he didn't calculate correctly the consequences of bishop takes e5, and he's offered me a rematch, but unfortunately I have to go. So thank you for the game. Alright, so I'm going to log out and I'll see you in the computer analysis.